I'm Armin Sahakian, the Executive Director of the ANCA Western Region. And today we're obviously gathered here for an historic signing of a Memorandum of Understanding and Cooperation between the Assyrian American Association of Southern California and the Armenian National Committee of America Western Region. I say historic because obviously this is the first time that we're doing this, although our nations have been living side by side for millennia. This is kind of a first time, at least in written history, that we know such an agreement being signed, and hopefully this is just another step in further deepening and institutionalizing our relations. So thank you everyone for being here. We'll have a signing ceremony which will be followed by statements being made by Chairwoman of the ANC Western Region, Nora Hovsepian, and the President of the AASC, Ramon Tash. And then we'll have some questions from the media and the press conference as well. And before I turn it over, I just want to also have a special shout out for Masis Kebab for graciously sponsoring our reception tonight, so thank you for that. And so with that, again, welcome, and we'll have the signing of the memorandum, and then we'll have the rest of the events.
Very good. So I'd like to welcome our Assyrian brothers and sisters to our offices here in Glendale at the ANCA Western Region headquarters. We've been working together for several years now in planning the Armenian Genocide and Assyrian Genocide Centennial in 2015, and since then every year. We've worked closely together. We've coordinated many of our efforts in our common cause and common interests of seeking justice for the genocide of 1915. And we welcome this opportunity to memorialize our cooperation and institutionalize it for our two organizations and our two communities working here in the Western region of the United States, far from our ancestral homelands, but still very impassioned and very dedicated and committed on both fronts to seek justice for our respective nations. So thank you, Raymond, for being here and bringing your compatriots as well.
Thank you, Nora, for having us. Thank you to the ANCA Western Region Armin for helping to spearhead this, and our team and everyone for being here. Just to piggyback on that, we've greatly valued our relationship with the Armenian National Committee of America for several years now. The Armenian Assyrian peoples, we've experienced the best of times together, but we've also, of course, experienced the worst of times. And we'll always continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with our Armenian brothers and sisters, our Greek brothers and sisters in the struggle, in the fight for justice, for what happened to our people. But also, in many ways, the struggle still continues with both of our peoples, whether what's happening with Armenians with Artsakh and then with the Assyrians in the Nineveh Plain. The struggle still persists. It might be different actors per se, but it's essentially the same struggle. We'll continue to fight with you. We'll continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and we look forward to further working, collaborating with you for the betterment of our nations and our communities as a whole. And thank you very much, and we thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're missing a couple of our board members. Joe and Deb?
Oh, they're not in the picture. Come on in.
We'll also open it up for any questions from the media that there may be.
So in layman term, what this mean for average Armenian and Assyrian?
This memorandum of understanding? Well, it institutionalizes the work that we've already done together and that we will continue to do into the future. So as Raymond said, we do stand shoulder to shoulder on all of our issues of seeking justice for our respective nations, and we have common adversaries, common opposition to fight against, and by joining forces together, we only strengthen our cause.
How about Greek?
There will be a memorandum of understanding signed with the Hellenic community as well in a couple of months.
Great job. So what is your members? How many members you have?
So our organization, it just serves the community at large, so in a way, they're all our members. We do have like a paid membership structure as well, and that's in the several hundreds. But our work, as much with ANCAD, is all just to serve the communities at large, or whether it's advocacy, cross-community outreach, social services, and so on.
Is the Assyrians like Armenian have some concentrated areas like Glendale?
So there's a big community. The reason why our association is headquartered in North Hollywood is because one of the original groups of Assyrians that migrated to Los Angeles was in the North Hollywood area. But also we have a significant community in the Central Valley, Torla Modesto, similar to how Armenians first came to Fresno over 100 years ago. Same idea. There, San Jose, Chicago, we have a huge community that's been there for over about 120 years. Detroit, Yonkers, New York, Connecticut, and so on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Tell me, what do you think about what's happening?
That's the next one. Like,
I think it's very important for both of our communities to have these agreements and build this relationship, throughout the years and in the future as well.
My name is Rafi Kasabian. I'm the vice chair of the organization. This is very exciting for all of us. I mean, coalition building is a big part of what the ANCA does. We build bridges with organizations inside the Armenian community and outside, and this is just an example of the great work that these two communities can do once they come together. So,
I'm also a board member of the ANC, and I think it's an amazing opportunity because there are power in numbers and bringing our communities together, and joining in forces is a wonderful and powerful
Do you
thing.
know how these things happen?
Working together, going and understanding each other's issues, and meetings and collaborations.
Activism, and I think that today sort of grassroots efforts between entities, and I really encourage coalition. It's a great thing.